What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware. So any topics, email them to me at tishadiva@gmail.com. What's up, y'all? Y'all already know what time it is. It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. Welcome back, y'all, to Season 4, Episode 63. I keep rocking back and forth on my hair. Let me get comfortable while I do this, okay? I have guests. Y'all know when I come on the couch, it's a special occasion. But anyway, this is for my ladies. It's streaming on 11 live podcast platforms. So wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, look up This Is For My Ladies, which it should be mine. And there I shall be, okay? Follow This Is For My Ladies podcast on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Tisha the Diva. I keep saying that I'm about to give me an OnlyFans page. Y'all about to pay for this, okay? You about to pay for this. All right? Subscription. Y'all about to see what I'm about to do in my everyday life, okay? Trying to get these quarantine coins. All right? Coins, all right? Shoot, like Lil' Kim say, the queen. I get paid just for laying in the shade to take pictures with a glass of lemonade. Listen, this quarantine ain't about to stop me from getting busy out here, okay? Right. So with that being said, this episode is entitled Self-Therapy. So before, we started, I invited two guests up here where actually my best friend, she reached out to me. That laugh and all that stuff probably sounds a little bit familiar. She's been a guest up here before. But this month, for the month of March, is a Social Workers Month. Is it like National Social Worker Month?
National Social Worker Month.
National Social Workers Month. And with all this stuff with the coronavirus, the quarantine, the pandemic, all this news and all that stuff, it is literally, I kind of just taking, over our minds, and we're not able to recognize those who, are therapists, those who are, able to provide services to people through this time, through this is a whole lifestyle shift. Yes. Like this is different. Mm-hmm. This is some things that we only seen in movies. It's like every single day, we're getting some type of news of something happening. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm literally like, is this shit really happening? Right. Like, are they really doing this? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, absolutely, they're doing this. But it's like a movie. It's kind of like, it's crazy. So with that being said, it's Social Work Month. We got a couple therapists up in here. We're about to talk about how you're able to cope and deal with, this pandemic, things that you need to be doing in order to maintain, like you said, adapt, to like a lifestyle change, We talked about different 2020, but let me tell you though, it's still 2020 and I'm still feeling optimistic, okay? I am still thinking beyond. Like, I'm so in 2021 because I'm not getting my tickets back for something in the water. You know what? I'm not getting the refund back. That's already some plans for 2021. See, y'all still trying to be stuck in 2020. Y'all want these refunds back, but no. Plan ahead. Plan for what's going to be in 2021. All right? Past this. All right? We passed this. We already looking. We're you know what? Therapy. Let's talk about it. Self-therapy. So, I have to make sure that I talk to myself, and we talked about talking to yourselves and hearing different voices, before we got up here. And you was like, how do you kind of differentiate between actually having a mental illness and then it's just like self-talk, right? To get, over these hurdles and so we have Miss Shana with Shana Speaks.
LCSW.
And she is the founder and owner of Coach. Girl, I got this. I'm doing my job. Okay, that's right. She got it. Of Coach. And we have Damitka, and she is the founder of Embrace Therapeutic Solutions. Yes. And check this out, y'all. She's a hypnotist. Okay? She's a hypnotist. That is so cool. I mean, like, you are a hypnotist, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, just talk about that.
Basically, it is a form of therapy that goes a little bit deeper into the psyche, into the mind, to really get to the root cause of what some of the underlying issues are that may be causing some people some discomfort in their mental state.
You talked about that chemical imbalance.
Yes.
So, break that chemical imbalance down, and you broke it down like it's a muscle. So break that down, because I was just like, are people born with it? And you was like, some people are born with it. And then you was also saying that sometimes trauma can cause chemical imbalance for our minds and our brains to be off. So we think things, or we see things, or we hear things.
So basically, we all are born with chemicals in our brain, serotonin and dopamine, and depending on how much you have or how little you have, that can determine if you are easily susceptible to a mental health diagnosis. So a lot of times I like to tell clients I like to use different situations that they can relate to, because a lot of people are not familiar with the big terms that therapists use. So we try to communicate with them in their language that they understand. So basically, let's say you like to work out in the gym, and you have a weight that's, let's say, 45 pounds, and you're like me, my arms are a little scrawny. So me trying to lift a 45 pound weight right now, it's going to be hard for me to try to lift that weight. Right. So what I really need to be doing is starting maybe at 10.
Okay.
Then work my way up to 15. Okay. Then maybe a 20. Then maybe 25. But if I'm trying to grasp that 45 pound weight, then I'm dooming myself to fail. You're gonna I'm gonna hurt myself. And so it's all about preparing yourself. When you have an idea that certain things are going on, preparing yourself for what is to come, and asking questions.
Okay. Are there many Black hypnosis women? No. Okay.
There's not. There are not a lot of African American board certified clinical hypnotists. Now, you don't have to be board certified to be a clinical hypnotist, but I just prefer to attach that title on to mine, because I want you to know I'm legit.
Okay, absolutely. Right. She was like, "You're getting sleepy." Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So how is it, being in a field like of, hypnosis or hypnotism, and being, are you the only Black female hypnosis that you see around you? Or?
Majority of the trainings and seminars that I go to, I do find myself being the youngest African American female there. So a lot of people are kind of looking at me like, whose assistant is she? Right. Because in the realm, so you have comedy hypnosis. Okay. And then you have clinical.
So comedy is hypnosis is like the comedy show that we went to, the funny. So the Funny Bone be having these hypnosis shows, like comedy hypnosis shows, and we went to one. I thought it was fake. You was like, it is so real, because you actually met the gentleman.
Yes.
You know him.
Okay. Yes. So my where I work at full time, he was actually trained by Rich Guzzi to do comedy hypnosis. So he's on the comedy side, I'm on the clinical side. Okay. So a lot of people on the comedy side are trying to get into the clinical piece, but they don't necessarily have that psyche piece that social workers have to really understand how hypnosis really clinically works with clients who have severe diagnosis.
Okay, so the comedy side is the bark like a dog and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, and the clinical side is what taking you through the fields, through the meadows, and
and
taking
really
you back
get
to that
into
room and that closet where you were. I need
to hypnotize somebody. Right. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Okay. Mystique, okay? OnlyFans. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
So, okay, it goes to that. So, where does the mind goes? Like, what the process? Explain the process of, getting hypnotized.
So the main thing is for you to relax, and that is the one thing a lot of people do not know how to do. They do not know how to relax. They do not know how to completely shut it off.
Okay.
Like, shut it off and be able to let yourself go so that you can get into that space where you're ready.
Even that took a deep breath.
Yeah, that's what it makes you do.
Like,
it
let
really
me let it go.
calms you and really gets you to that space where you're ready to be open. Let your mind open, let your body open, let your spirit open, so that we can get to what is really going on.
Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. And coach?
Yes.
So, as far as like the therapy side of it, and just like with the hypnosis, who qualifies for that? How do you know like that's something that you should do, or how do you recommend that for somebody?
That's a great question.
What do I guess qualifying participants or whatever? Who qualifies for that, or who should?
It just depends on what the issue is. So a lot of clients that I have that are severely depressed and they've just been in it. If you've just been in it for so long and you're coming to therapy and it's repetitive, you're talking about the same thing over and over again, you're just not moving past it, then that's when I would say, you know what, I really think we need to move into some hypnosis and see if that will get you to be able to move past it, because you really need to. So that's mainly the things that I look for if it's a issue that's just we're not getting anywhere. We're just talking. It's a lot of interventions out there with therapy. It's just not talking. It's a lot of different things that you can try based on what the issue is. And so hypnosis is just mine that I like to try to, get a little deeper in there.
Gotcha.
And sometimes I'm surprised about what I hear.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So what's the confidentiality like under hypnosis? Because what if somebody admit to something? Murder. Who knows?
Whatever we talk about, whatever happens in the session is in the session.
Right.
Oh, wow.
It's I haven't had anybody talk about anything like that.
Right.
But basically everybody remembers everything that happens during the session. So you're not asleep. Let's get away from that myth. You're not asleep. You're fully awake of what's going on. You can stop it at any time.
Are there safe words for that to come out of it? Because is it a trance?
Yes, you're in a trance.
Okay.
Yes, you're in a trance. Safe words not necessarily needed.
Okay.
Because we're not doing anything technically dangerous.
Right.
But if they feel uncomfortable,
monkey.
Yeah, if they feel uncomfortable,
banana.
And that's why we do it face to face, so I can watch you. I have my eyes on you. I can see any type of discomfort. And anytime I'm asking you, are you okay? Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me what you're seeing. If we're going too far, let me know. And they have the option to let me know or to say, I'd rather pause here or stop here and let's talk about it and let's process it. Because it gets deep. It gets really deep. Like, I've been hypnotized myself and not really getting into what really happened all the way, but it was a place where I could not go.
Okay.
So there are some points in your mind that your mind keeps you from going.
Okay.
And your mind knows what you can and cannot handle. So there was a point in my session where he was asking me to turn off the light and go down. And I physically saw myself standing at the light switch and doing like this. And he was like, turn off the light and go down. And myself was like, no, you're not doing it.
That was your
so
safe
it wasn't, I wasn't going any further than what, so I'm not in control of the person. He was not in control of me. I was in control of me. So you're not out of control. You are completely 100% in control of everything that's going on.
Wow. I want to try this.
Okay.
I really do. I want to try this. Oh my goodness. I felt goosebumps, like the Holy Ghost.
That's good though, because that means you're open to allowing yourself to be taken to that vulnerable place. And a lot of times it can be scary for people.
Because sometimes I just want to get to the root of things. Like, get me to the root.
You want to confront the issue, and a lot of times that's what keeps people from therapy. They're afraid to actually take themselves there. And I'm glad you brought up too, like the confidentiality piece. Confidentiality, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a hypnotherapist, but it's straight across the board. It does not change. So we do have limitations to confidentiality as therapists. So that is something that we explained to you prior to your first session. We let you know limitations. Everything is confidential except these things. And normally it's things that are extreme. Like if you're having thoughts of harm to yourself or someone else. Now we do try to maintain that within the session. We can support you with that, but if we feel as though you're at imminent risk to yourself or someone else, then it may result in us calling your emergency contact or getting the local community services board involved, or maybe getting 911 involved. Something to ensure that you won't be a danger to yourself or someone else. Or of case mandated issues like, a child being neglected or abused, and for some reason that's stressful for you and you decide to share that, we'll acknowledge that, we'll validate your feelings, but that's something that we do have to share with Child Protective Services or Adult Protective Services if it's an adult that's disabled or an elderly person. But we let you know prior to the session that those are things that we have to disclose. But other than that, you can come in there and say, hey, I'm high as a kite. Let's talk about this substance use or whatever, and we keep that in the session. That doesn't go beyond, the wrong.
Even kids.
Even kids.
I drank some alcohol. You're like, okay, let's talk about that.
Right.
We can't go out there and say, hey, your child was drinking.
Correct.
We have to keep that client counselor confidentiality.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. So I guess it is the good thing as far as them having that confidentiality where you can talk to somebody and let them know, like, this is what I did, and okay, let's talk about why you did that, and maybe get you away from doing that. To kind of tweaking and adjusting yourself to maybe, no, that's not good for you. So I like that. So you mentioned mandated. So when you text me this morning about kind of like what the focus of the show was, and I know I said I've been wanting to kind of like get away from it, but, it is something that's going on, with the whole coronavirus and, self-quarantining and social distancing. And I was like, that is nothing that I never, is social distancing something in the social worker, in the therapy world? Is that something, or is that something that you just recently heard of with this coronavirus, COVID-19?
This is new to me.
Okay, I knew it. I knew it.
It's new to me.
I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it. That's something that the media is creating and making up. I have the professionals. I
think they're using that term again as a precaution. They're trying to find ways to make sure that we're keeping ourselves safe. However,
so now that's a new term, because I'm pretty sure that that's going to be put into the whole social work.
I think it's going to be created into like the healthcare field.
In the healthcare field, let's talk about social distancing. People who have been like, I've been social distancing all my life. I'm an introvert. How are they able to kind of cope with this whole pandemic? What are some things speak on hobbies, like just let people know things that they should be doing, because you mentioned this is, the time more than ever where people need therapists. So that's why they're here, because March is Social Worker Month. Like, we need to plug that right there. Right on in it.
Yeah. But really, I'm glad that you brought up social distancing, because I emphasize today that social distancing should not be confused with social isolation.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
So let me write that one down so I can plug that in the notes.
That's right. Throw it on in there.
Okay.
And I say that because, yes, we're supposed to be practicing social distancing. That is for your safety. That is for health precautions. However, there are other ways that you can identify with connecting with your friends, with your family members, with your loved ones, with your coworkers, colleagues, sororities, fraternities, whatever. You still need that interaction.
Yes.
You have
That's
to have
why we had to get together over the weekend.
Yes.
And it was only 5 of us, you all.
That's right.
But we was practicing social distancing.
Right. Because normally we would be out. We would have been in the community, but we still, try to find ways to, practice the social distancing. But you have to find ways to engage yourself socially. You just have to. So that might take you being creative. I know the Netflix is doing a thing where you can watch a movie with a peer from a distance.
Yes, I saw that. Did you see that? Did you hear of that?
I haven't seen that.
Yes.
So you and your girlfriends, wherever you are, Netflix has like a stream with your peers. So you all can watch the same movie at the same time. If somebody got to pause it pauses on everybody.
Wow.
So you can watch it together.
Yeah. So you can just act like you in the movie theater together.
Right.
Girl, did you see that, or whatever.
Wow.
You can still interact with your peer.
Yeah.
Utilize the FaceTime. Utilize those things. If you got an Android, use Duo. Use Zoom if you want to meet with a group of people. It's different ways we can continue to interact and socialize and engage. I even encourage, one of my clients to, they wanted to have a sleepover. Okay, you can still do that. Make it fun. Y'all go ahead and FaceTime. Get your pillows. Hey, girl, let's, hold up this sign and make this pretty. Continue to interact. Be creative. And then that doesn't mean don't go outside. It's been beautiful days lately. Go outside. That doesn't mean go for a walk. Just don't high-five your neighbor or hug it,
I did see on Sunday, I seen, a lot of older people walking on Sunday. And I was just like, okay, I know it's Sunday and all that stuff, and it's usually be their times, but I noticed that it was a lot more older people that was walking. I was just like, okay, interesting. Noted.
Right. And I've even been sitting on my porch a little bit more often than what I normally do, but go sit on your porch and, and talk to your kids, which is normally a time where you might be in your mommy mode, just doing your own thing. Engage with them. You'll find yourself being able to connect a little bit more.
Yes. And speaking of kids, and from a therapist standpoint, how do you all have this conversation and and break it down to your children, like what's going on, because school is out for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
School is out, and while some kids probably like, school is out for the rest of the year, how do you explain to them the severity in what's going on around them without scaring them, but with also, making them aware and conscious of what's going on?
I think education is very important. Like, you have to educate your kids, but they don't need to be bombarded with it all day, every day. Okay. I think a conversation about this is what's going on, this is what it is, this is what we need you to do. Tell me your thoughts on what you've heard or what you've seen. And tell me how you feel about it, related to things that they're able to comprehend and understand. I know I have a nephew, he's 9, and my sister just told him, do you want to catch what it is? Do you want to catch a cold? So we got to make sure that we wash our hands really good. And you can't go outside and be around a lot of people, because she also just had a newborn. And she's just like a little over a month. You don't want to bring it in and bring it to your sister. And he's like, oh no, mommy, I need hand sanitizer. He's squirting everybody who come in the door. And so it's like he's able to relate to that, even though he's not all in it like we are, watching the news and CNN and all of this. School is closed because we want to make sure that you're not getting that thing that we talked about where you got to wash your hands. So they just want to clean everything, make sure everything is safe, and then you can go back. But you got to talk to the kids about it. You can't, shelter them from it, but they don't need to be weighed down heavy with it.
Yeah, and I came up with this equation. You function with fact over fear, right?
Yes.
Because the fear drives the anxiety, and that's even for adults. So knowing, what is it that we know about it? We know the precautions. We know you need to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. We know that you need to practice the social distancing. We know if you cough, you need to cough here in your elbow.
But some people don't know that and don't do that.
That is true. But for your sanity,
you
operate within. Why they gotta cough like
that? That's what it sound like. It sound like that's how they look.
But yeah, you are functioning with what it is that you know that is factual, and you operate within your control. What are the things that you know that you can control, which is those things. So I just continue to talk to them about educating them about what's happening that is within their control, what might not be too overwhelming for them, because even for adults, again, the closing of the businesses, or having to be home and be a teacher now, those things can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So operate within what is it that you can control. And right now, as a kid, you can stay in the house and do the schoolwork that they send home with you, and practice washing your hands, using the hand sanitizer, and not giving as many hugs as we normally give out to outsiders. So
what are some best practices for you ladies currently through the pandemic?
Oh, that's a good question. Are you talking about professionally or self-care wise?
Both.
That's a good question.
For me, I'm basically catching up on a lot of things that I kind of put off. Professionally and personally.
Yes.
So this is giving me time to really hone in on those things. Like, it's a lot of trainings that I should be doing that I'm like, okay, I got the time to do it. And personally, some things around the house, some, things I need to take care of. So definitely taking care of that.
Absolutely.
And, spending more time with my boyfriend and us getting to know each other differently. It's a lot of ways you can get to know somebody. You both go to work every day, you come home, you got that little bit of time before you go to bed, you do it all over again, and then maybe
y'all got time now.
Right.
Y'all got time. Ooh, I hate the way you chew.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And you did not pick up your...
That's right. That's true. So, we get to communicate a little bit more and learn a lot more about each other. He's in the military, so we don't get
they're practicing like a no travel type thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They definitely for now. But he does go. He does have orders in November, so he'll be gone for a while. So I like to use as much time as we can to, really build that bond and make it tighter and stronger.
Absolutely.
So, just making sure everybody in the family is good, playing games and all of that good stuff. Trying to keep yourself busy.
Yes.
Don't sit around and worry about what you don't have, what you can do. Focus on what you can. Those are the things that put you in control. Those other things, you feel like you have no control when you have more control than you think. So
I definitely feel like I've been taking more control of my time because I done cleaned out my drawer. Oh, and you all, just a little plug this super quick. Make sure there was a family that is displaced out Huntersville who house burnt down. So with this social distancing, with this quarantine, if you all have any clothes or anything that you all would like to donate, I'll post it on my page. I know other people have been posting it on their page. But if you're getting rid of some things and you just want to help out and you want to donate, you want to feel like you're doing something or whatever, like, donate, okay? All right. So, same question. What are you, for yourself, as far as social distancing, the best practices for you, professionally wise and personally?
Personally, I have been operating in gratitude, right? Because when I started my private practice, I was like, you know what? This is going to be like primary telehealth. I want to work from home because I want to spend more time with my kids. So I just want to do telehealth. I want to just do virtual counseling. it didn't work out that way totally. I started off that way, and then I started to get more questions about, I need therapy. I'm like, okay, yep, let me get an office. So I'm practicing gratitude that I'm beginning to step into what it is that I wanted to do, enjoying my time being home, so that I can decrease some of that mommy guilt, which is why I went into the specialization of perinatal mental health, because I know that balancing work life and being a friend and being a mom and all of that can be stressful. So I'm practicing gratitude.
Perinatal mental health.
So that focuses on, parenting.
Yes.
Yep. So you might be pregnant, or you might just had a baby. You might have had a traumatic situation, during childbirth or after childbirth, or even, God forbid, maybe you lost a child traumatically, or you're just trying to adjust and find a balance. I'm there to support you through that. So I wanted to be able to utilize my time at home and minimize my own mommy guilt. So now I'm practicing gratitude through that. And then getting to know, I have a teenager now, so I'm trying to get to know him a little bit better. His voice changing, his body changing, all that stuff. So I'm trying to, get to know him and practice mommy time with my baby girl and all of those things. And then, like Damitka said, I'm having to adjust with being home more now. So me and hubby trying to, kind of reconnect and rekindle as well. So I've been practicing gratitude that way. Being able to be more available to my family, So me and my sister talking a little bit more. My nephews are calling, my mom, so just practicing appreciation for that. And this is a good time to revamp and revitalize. So I know you've been talking about, being your best you. So I've been taking a lot of time to do the professional development, try to revamp and revive my business and see what it is that I can do right now to take a step forward, moving into 2021.
2021. Okay.
Yes. And then I am practicing the social distancing. So I share office with 3 massage therapists. So they have a lot of clients in and out their office as well. And because we're in the suite together, I want to protect myself and I want to protect my clients. So I have, again, went to the virtual counseling 100%. So I gave my clients the option of, do they want to do the virtual, or would they prefer to sit on the couch? Well, if you prefer to sit on the couch, I have a therapist that I can refer you to, because right now we're practicing social distancing per the governor's request. So I'm doing virtual sessions. So that also helps me protect myself and manage my time a little bit better.
Full circle, huh?
Full circle. Yeah.
360.
Yep,
Yes.
360.
Absolutely. That's amazing. So, now, what would you say are some things that people can do at home, like if there is some type of mandated thing where we cannot go outside, what do you all say to that? What are some things that people can do mentally to prepare themselves? Because things is changing every day.
It is. It is. And I kind of been, my full-time job, I work collegiately in a counseling center. So a lot of our students have they have been sent back to states where they are mandated to just be home. So when we reach out to them, because of course we can't provide the face-to-face services to them anymore, we've been telling them things like, keep your routine. You may not be able to leave the house and get up. If you have to get up at 7 o'clock and go to class by 8, you can't go to class anymore, but you can get up and get dressed, still complete your oral hygiene routine or your physical or personal hygiene routine like you normally would any day. So keep your routine. Don't allow yourself to be stagnant in this idle time that you may have. Utilize this time to practice self-care. So you might want to read. I know you're a big reader, so I admire that about you. Read, educate yourself, connect with other people, find different coping skills that you can benefit from. That you can actually Google 99 coping skills. And some of those things, it is 99 coping skills. Google them, and they're on several different PDFs. That's one of our favorite tools that we utilize at my full-time job. And it's things like
simple things.
Yes, simple things. If you got a trampoline, jump on your trampoline. It costs
money.
Yes.
Wow.
Simple things.
Because some people, like you were saying, retail therapy. People want to spend money.
And you can still do that. And I even bring a plus side to that, because I love shopping from online. Now, I don't want you to spend all your money, but if you're shopping online, how much you're spending is visible to you, right? So you can kind of control a little bit. But I know you do the envelope thing, right? So, you can monitor your money a little bit more, right?
Yes.
So continue to do your shopping. If Thursday is your shopping day, do that. You might just have to modify that. don't confine yourself or put yourself on additional restrictions, because I think we get put into this box when we hear that we can't do this or can't do that.
Yeah.
And we stay so focused on those things when there's so many different things that you can create around you. So this is the time to become personal with yourself. Find out what you like, what you love, what you don't, and the things that you can't actually do. So that, like I said, that 99 coping skills list, like literally, I want to encourage everybody to take some time and go through that list and see if there's some things that are realistically you're capable of doing and interested in doing.
Yeah. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And I think people have gotten away from creative thinking.
Yes, I
You know,
agree.
it's
I
just
agree.
so easy to, oh, I'm bored. Oh, I can go to the mall, or let me go out eat, or, you know, but what happened to the times when we didn't have?
Yes.
You know, we get away
That's
from.
the biggest thing right there.
Yeah,
That is
like,
the biggest thing right
you know,
there.
some kids are like, there was a time when there was no Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Yes,
There was a time when there was
What
dial-up.
did we do?
Yes, exactly.
What did we do when there was no Wi-Fi?
We went outside and
What did
hula
we
hoop.
do when we
Wrote
didn't
a
have cell
letter.
phones?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, we improvised. We got creative.
Correct.
We made up things to
Yeah.
do. We kept ourselves entertained, and this is the era. Like, we didn't all grow up with all of these
That's
things.
true.
And so I think, you know, we get comfortable with the luxuries that we do have and the things that we can do. And we forget about the things. Let's use our mind.
Yes.
What can we make up? What can we do to
Yes.
keep ourselves busy, to keep ourselves
Absolutely.
from losing it?
Yes, because I looked under my bed, and my grandma gave me a mini sewing machine and a scrapbook. When I tell you I'm about to be scrapbooking and hemming some stuff, I can hem up them sleeves now, girl. I can hem up them sleeves. Yes, I'm about to pull that little mini sewing machine out.
And you probably are amazing at it, but this is allowing you to have more time to actually
Exactly.
find your creative side.
And I had also just last year when I went to something in the water, I still got the sticky note on my wall to this day. Just like, because I had created, you know, went to the thrift store and got those, you know, just created a look in my head of what I wanted to look like, and just went to the thrift store and just started throwing stuff together. And I was like, you know what? I want to make my outfits next year. Like, I just want to just get some stuff and just throw something and, you know, just my looks that I want or whatever, and just make them. You know, so
Now you got some more time to kind of dedicate to
and
that.
I'm still gonna do it, although Something in the Water is canceled. I still want to hold myself to that,
Yes.
like, because you know I wanted to lose weight for Something in the Water.
And you did it.
17 pounds. So you know I wanted to lose, so I still kept to that.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, you know I still wanted to make something. I can still keep to that.
Yeah.
I can still hold myself to that deadline
Right.
for it and all that. Like, look, debut bitches.
And that's a good point. Accountability partner.
Yeah.
Get you an accountability partner. Find something that you want to do and have someone that is willing to hold you accountable, or
Exactly.
even engage in it with you.
Yeah.
So it's definitely still ways where you can like cope with this and adjust to it, because it's a big adjustment. It
Very
is.
big adjustment.
Yeah.
Very, very big adjustment. I had another question, but this is some good stuff. I mean, listen, this is what it's all about, you all. It's about just making sure that you understand how to deal with this stuff, how to cope with it, how to get over it, because we don't know how long this is gonna last.
Yeah.
This might be the new norm or the lifestyle or
Good job, I
whatever.
like it.
Yeah, I mean, but
Recognizing
it's just recognizing it and just kind of putting it back into place, getting back into how things used to be, and before
Right.
we had that, get into that creative thinking, get into, you know, just making sure we have those activities, you know, getting in a routine, getting organized. Like, you are the most organized out of all my friends. You write everything down. And I just be wanting to be like that. Like, you know what? I'm going to get up. I got to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's just like, you stay on.
It holds you accountable.
Yes.
And people don't realize that if it actually feels good when you're checking stuff off. So I'm
Checking
really
it
big
off.
I'm really big on encouraging people, like, write your list. I don't care if it's big or small. I really want to go back to school. Write it down. Give yourself a deadline.
I read something, and I'm going to try to find it tonight when I get back home, but it was saying the mind feel at ease when it feels like it accomplished something.
Yes, definitely.
So even if you get up and say, in quarantine, write a to-do list down. Okay, I'm going to get up. I'm going to make a cup of coffee. I'm going to enjoy a cup of tea. I'm going to journal. I'm going to fold some laundry. I'm going to do that one drawer a day.
Right.
You know, what is that kimono, that little Japanese lady that I saw on Netflix
Right.
that be folding that stuff. I got 2 drawers like that now.
Good.
2 drawers. So I'm taking my time and I'm able to do it.
Yes.
And then it's just like, just really, even if it's just little stuff or whatever, because sometimes some people, again, are adapting and adjusting to not doing anything but going to work, being on social media all day, all day, no hobbies.
Yes.
No hobbies.
And you got to disconnect from that.
Yes, it's just
You
like
have to.
and it's just kind of like you have to, like you said, get creative.
You do.
You have to find a routine if you're going to get up and decide that today I'm going to try to do them 10 push-ups.
Right. And try to unplug from the social media, the news. All of those things are very anxiety provoking. They really are, because it puts you on edge. It's the fear of the unknown. Everybody's coming up with their own theories. I've been seeing everybody comments about, everybody got a relative that work with the CDC. And for real,
At the Pentagon.
Yes. Really?
Because my sister baby-in-law cousin Tracy said,
Right. And then you be like, yeah, because I saw my long distance friend from her cousin, sister. And you start to believe those things.
Wow.
And you have to unplug. You got to disconnect from those things sometimes. So don't get so, submerged in what's happening on the media. I mean, everybody's be like, at 2 o'clock, the governor's like, okay. But if I don't have it from the governor, you're going to tell me.
Yeah, it's going to be posted. It's going to be plastered.
Exactly. And guess what? Whatever the governor says, 9 times out of 10, it's nothing I can do about it but abide. So I'm not going to continue to okay, I'm going to tune in. Don't do those things, because then again, you are creating anxiety around yourself, around things you cannot change. You just can't. So unplug.
Yes. I think that's an amazing thing to do, and it's good that, I'm gonna tell you, because me, my grandma, we doing the little cruise in November out of Norfolk and all of that. When I tell you, I like that she has something that she's able to focus on.
Yeah.
Because she just girl, I've been looking up some bathing suits.
She
girl, brought us these magic makeup something or whatever. Is a whole towel, and it's so plush, and it's just you wipe your face and it wipes your makeup off. You wet it and you ring, and it. I'm like, okay. She was like, girl, we can use that on a cruise. I'm like, yes, ma'am. She's just getting her little packages and just getting.
And she's focused on that.
And that's coping, so that she's able to not, okay, I understand what's going on here, but this is what I'm focusing on. Get ready for this. Be fun in the sun.
Yeah.
Buns out, suns out, buns out, grandma.
Watch out,
Suns out, buns out, because we already said we sexy. We know that. Girl, okay. Right now. So, yes. This is amazing. This is amazing. So, I know for some people, I was looking in the news, and even personally, people birthdays are getting canceled, weddings are getting canceled. They are live streaming funerals now. What are some things? How do we? I guess as a therapist, if somebody comes to you and just I just don't, my birthday's supposed to be, I had to cancel it, I can't do this, or my wedding, I can't do this. What is the adjustment around that, centered around that?
Well, the first thing we got to do is we got to, we can't just be like, oh, this will be okay. We have to validate how they feel. We have to validate that they do have a point. It is, it sucks. You can't graduate, or you can't.
Yeah, proms are being canceled.
Right, you can't have a prom.
Goodness.
You can't, take your vows and do your marriage how you want to do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like we validate those feelings and we sympathize, and not sympathize, but we empathize with, those people. But my question is, let's talk about what you can do.
Yes.
Let's talk about what you can do. Because if we stay too long in what you can't do, then that's what brings on everything.
So we need that action.
Yes, what can we do? We can't do this. So what can we do? It's like you on the phone with your girlfriend and you telling her about this guy, he no good, he this, he that, and your friend is like, yes girl, you right. Y'all gonna be in that conversation for hours. But if you on the phone with that friend and she like, girl, so what you gonna do? Then the conversation is like,
I do got control. What am I gonna do?
Right, what am I gonna do? And so that's where we gotta be. What can you do? Because this is what the place has said. You can't come here for your wedding. What is it that you can do? Is it about
I think that might be the title of this episode. Or what can you do?
Or is it about the meaning behind it?
Exactly.
You can get married, but you just can't do it like this.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
We can do a graduation in the backyard.
Yeah.
It just won't be how the previous graduates had it, or
Right.
Yeah.
So let's focus on what we can do, and that's how you build yourself.
Yes.
By not staying stuck in stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. What can I do?
Yes. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Good.
Yes. What can you do? What can you do? I need to be a cheerleader. What can you do?
That's for real.
That's right. I like that. That was pretty much kind of everything that I kind of wanted to talk to you ladies about. It's Social Work Month. Make sure you all celebrate. Oh, yeah. Compassion. Make sure you all just showing compassion for people.
And yourself.
Yes.
Self-compassion. Be compassionate about what you're going through, because it's tough.
Yes.
Like Damitka said, it sucks. So show your self-compassion too, yourself and others.
Yes.
But don't stay in it.
You're right.
Stay in it.
Absolutely.
Yes, don't stay in it. Don't stay
Don't
stuck
sit in it.
So you want to be solution focused, like Damitka said.
Yes.
What is it that you can do? What can I do? So acknowledge your feeling. This sucks. It's not right. I wish this wasn't happening. Okay, so what is it that I can do now? And if I can't do it by myself, who can help me? Because sometimes you can't do it by yourself. You can't come up with the ideas, which is why you might phone a friend or phone a family member or go to therapy. Because sometimes you can't identify what it is that you can't do because your emotions are taking over. So self-compassion and compassion for others.
Yes. And don't be so greedy out here, y'all. Y'all know people be trying to get some of the meats and the toilet paper and all of that stuff. Leave some for the people, okay? That's showing compassion.
It is.
That is showing compassion, because you know what? I already got 5 of them. Maybe I'm going to leave this one for somebody to get. That probably be the last. Come on now, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on. Stop being like that. We got to stop being like that in 2020. Okay? So, is there anything that you ladies would like to leave with the people? Let them know where they can find you all, if they want to get connected, if they want to get hypnotized. Listen, what I say is pro what?
Pro bono.
Pro bono! Pro bono! Okay? I'm looking into it. I'm trying to get in a trance.
And it's look at her.
Oh, no, I do.
Thing.
You want to know what? But we about to go. But do people be feeling like, oh, no, that's some devil stuff or some voodoo stuff? How did your family feel? Like, when you told them? Cause
Yeah, well, some people do feel that way. And then you just have to dispel those myths. Like, it's not. Let me show you.
Okay.
And I showed them, and then they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, did you feel the devil?
Right.
Was he on your back?
Right.
Was
he riding?
No, he wasn't.
Was the devil riding?
Okay. Right. Like, yes, it's nothing demonic about the process at all. It's a clinical process designed to help you, not hurt you at all.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I like it.
Awesome.
This is great.
Yeah, so we are busting down the myths.
Yes.
Myth busters over here on This Is For My Ladies. We okay. All right. So, so let's connect with the people. Let them know where they can find you. Like you said, this is more like this is the time to have a therapist.
Yeah, definitely.
Domestic violence and people, all that stuff. It's more like,
yeah, the governor, he made a great point because, again, this is a time of adjustment. So you got to be home with your families more. People are losing jobs. So that may lead to more negative coping skills. So you might, you and your spouse may not get along, or your mate or whoever, your boo might have problems. It may lead to domestic violence, substance abuse. Children are having a difficult time being fed. And I commend the schools for reaching out and being able to feed these children during lunch, because for the parents that are having a difficult time feeding their children on a regular day basis, the lunch was a huge help for them. So all of these things happening, it would be an amazing time to reach out for a therapist. Of course, Damitka and I would love to have you, but I do want to, give a resource. So I always utilize, we're up there too. You can find us on Psychology Today. That's www.psychologytoday. But I promote that website because it's like a Facebook, right? You're able to actually see a profile of a therapist in their own location. You can see their credentials. You can see their specializations, their certifications. And you'll be able to kind of like just even see their face. So someone may not look as professional as you like them to look, or they may not look as friendly. And you'll be able to see those things and actually reach out. Some therapists actually offer a free consultation for a limited amount of time. I'm one of those therapists. So get to know your therapist. Make a phone call. I always say, how you might church hop or club hop. It's okay to therapist hop. You try your therapist like you try your shoes. If it doesn't fit, you move on.
It's not for you.
Right. It's not for you. And we're not offended by that because the treatment is for you. And we want you to get the most therapeutic, beneficial support and services that you can get. So, again, you can find me on Psychology Today, but I am Coach Counseling. Conquering Obstacles with Ambitious Commitment and Healing is the full entire name. But if you want to find me on Psychology Today, you just type in Shana Simmons, LCSW. My office is located in Chesapeake. Right now, I am offering virtual services. If you even have a question, you can DM me on at Shana Speaks LCSW on Instagram. I am more than happy to answer any questions, any concerns, any myths that you have in reference to counseling. Or you can email me at coachcounselingllc@gmail.com. And my number is 757-550-1954.
All right. Cool.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, kindly. Thank you, best friend.
Oh, my turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to follow that. I'm Damitka Turner, and I can be found at embracetherapeuticsolutions.com. My office is located in Virginia Beach, right off of Princess Anne Road. You can find me on social media. You can also find me on Psychology Today. If you're interested in hypnosis, or even if you have some questions, you can also visit my website, embracetherapeuticsolutions.com, www. And you can ask me any questions. It'll send me an email, and I do respond. And something that I want to leave you with is therapy is a journey. So you can't get into the process and feel like, okay, I'm cured tomorrow.
Yes.
It's a journey. It's a process. So I encourage you, if this is something that you're interested in, embrace the journey, trust the process.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, I mean, now I'm like, how do I follow up with that? But nothing about just letting you all know to make sure you listen to This Is For My Ladies, streaming on 11 live podcast platforms. Make sure you share this episode with your family, with your friends. Get into it. Let me know what type of coping mechanism that you're using currently that's helping you out in the quarantine, in the coronavirus, okay? All right. This Is For My Ladies streams every Tuesday. Well, live episode. Well, am I going to do live episodes all the time now? Well, anyway, This Is For My Lady airs every Tuesday, all right? Episodes are up, so make sure you all check them out. If you have not caught up on any other episodes, there are like 62 other episodes now. So catch up on them, all right? So Thank you all for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Make sure you all reach out to them if you all need any help, any therapy, anything. Let them know, okay? All right, you all. This is for my ladies, and I am out.